Today we're going to talk about trust. And trust as the leader in your organization, that's your most valuable currency. If you break trust, you break a lot of things. So there's a rule I'm going to teach you to think about. And the rule is, or share with you, is people don't trust leaders who don't trust them. Let me say that one more time. People don't trust leaders who don't trust them. And I've learned this rule across the body of my career, both being a trusted leader and working for leaders who did not trust me and demonstrated their trust. And I could feel that. I could know that they didn't trust me far before they knew that they were creating that habit. The way that habit gets created on the leader's side is they would second guess every decision that I was making. They would come to me and say, I wouldn't do it that way. Let's recheck your actions. I want to know the answer. Let's put 6 meetings on the schedule so that we can measure progress. I want you to come to me with a progress report. What it created was would stop thinking independently, and I would wait. I just would wait because it was safer to wait and ask them, hey, how do you want me to do this? That's not a healthy culture or a healthy business relationship. Most leaders that I coach want teams that can think for themselves, that are fully powered. They say those words. I really want that. A lot of times there's a caveat at the very end of that that says, but I want them, I want them to do it my way, which in turn, again, breaks that trust barrier. In my book, I talk about the empowerment operating system, and there's a trust is the cornerstone, as I mentioned, but that I call this a trust gap. And that trust gap means I talk trust, but I don't act trust. So if you want to fix that, one of the things that you can do as a leader is stop today, look at your calendar, and evaluate where in my calendar am I sitting in meetings as the person who has to be there to make a decision, to check the progress, to follow up and make sure it's going my way. Evaluate that. And if that's happening on a frequent basis, then step back and ask yourself, what can I do with my team to empower them, to give them autonomy so that they can move forward? And how do I shift my language? How do I shift my thinking so that my team does feel trusted and they feel autonomous? When you do that and you evaluate it and you act on it, two things are going to happen. The very first word that's going to occur is velocity. Your team is going to think faster, they're going to move faster, they're going to act faster, your result is going to come faster, and you're going to see velocity in the organization. The second thing that's going to occur is you're going to hit scale. Scale is that ability to move quicker with less. So rather than being involved in every decision and having a one-to-one correlation with time, now you're in a 1-to-5 relationship with time. I can spend one moment and impact 5 different effects across the body at that time. So I want you to remember this. When people feel trusted, confidence is going to increase, ownership is going to increase, you're going to increase your velocity, and you're going to get more done as a leader because you can go focus on the things that you should be doing to grow and scale your business. Now, in the bottom of the chat, you're going to find a note, a link to a 7-day empowerment email sequence. And in that email sequence, I'm going to send you tips from my book every day for 7 days. And we're going to talk about all of the domains that I cover inside of Lead with Confidence. And my intention is between June 1st and July 31st is to empower 1,000 leaders. We need to be better as leaders, and we need to take ownership of who we are and step forward. I'm going to lead that process. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dolan White. I'm known as the Empowerment Guy. I'm a best-selling author of Lead with Confidence. As I mentioned, it's on Amazon, and you can find it. I'll put the link down there in the chat too. Go try these things that I talked about today. Drop me a comment. Let me know. More tips coming.